Hey guys, I'm Sam. I'm a first year med student attending med school in Australia, and you're watching From Ed to Med. Just finished week 5 of med school. Sorry about the lack of video last week, but things are getting hectic already. Today, I want to talk about words. Words. Why words? There are so many words to know. There are so many things we need to know, but really, being able to know those things depends on you being able to understand those words. So we're going to talk a little bit today about what words you need to know and how you're going to remember them all. So here's just a sample of some of the words that I've had to learn. Baroreceptors, aldosterone, angiotensin, epithelium, methemoglobin, globulin chains, chemiosmosis, porphyrin, somatic, ganglia, saltatory. And then there's things that just don't make sense, like epinephrine is adrenaline. They're the exact same thing, just depends if you're in America or Australia. So in America, it's epinephrine, in Australia, it's adrenaline. I don't know why. Cholinergic, muscarinic, hepatic, thoracic, costal, plural, renal, striate, endomysium. Did you know there's a part of your brain called the olive? So what do you do about learning words? Well, I'm going to hopefully give you maybe 3 or 4 strategies that help me. If you have any others that you know help you, please put them down in the comments below. I'd love to know. Maybe I can use them too. So tip number 1, learn some of the basic Latin and Greek roots of things. So they turn up all the time, and although English and a lot of other languages are based on these languages, it's always good to kind of remind yourself. So when you see things like epi means on the outside, or things like costal to do with the ribs, renal to do with the kidneys, or hepatic to do with the liver. Know those terms, and when they turn up, you'll know what part of the body they're talking about. By the way, when we talk about epithelium, we're talking about layers of tissue. You know the root for thelium means nipple? I did not. Number 2, the more you're having fun, the better you'll learn. So learn some of the more weird names. You'll find they'll actually stick in the brain a lot better. So for example, the xiphoid process, the splanchnic nerve. By the way, not splanchnic, which would be cooler, just splanchnic. Special shout out here to my mates, the notes of Ronvier. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but I just like saying it. Ronvier. Or in Australian, Ranvier, mate. Another tip is obviously mnemonics. So mnemonics, by the way, mnemonics, not mnemonics, it's mnemonics. Here's the history teacher in me, named after the goddess of memory, Mnemosyne. So not mnemonics. Mnemonics means to do with respiration. So mnemonics, not mnemonics. So mnemonics help you remember things, obviously. So for example, in the blood vessels coming out of the heart, you have the ABCs. So A is for aorta, B is for brachiocephalic trunk, C is for common carotid, which is the left common carotid, and S is for the subclavian, your ABCs. It really helps you kind of stick in your head. Obviously it's not going to work the first time, but you have to repeat it. There's heaps of mnemonics in medicine, and the dirtier they are, the easier you'll remember it. So try and make your own, or see if there's any out there already. So for example, in terms of asking patients for their history, which is something we've been doing a lot of, you might have Socrates. So Socrates is site of the pain, onset, so when does it happen, the character, dull, sharp pain. You have radiation, so does it radiate to any other part of the body. A for association, so does it associate with any activity or any other part of the body as well. T for time course. You have E for exacerbate, so anything makes it worse or anything makes it better for alleviates. And S for severity, so how bad is the pain on a scale. So when you're talking to a patient about pain, you can use Socrates to try and remember that. They've also added on PP at the end, so P is the patient's perspective, what does the patient think is going on, and what is the patient feeling. Finally, flashcards. They really do help. I know when I was starting the GAM set, I made my own set of flashcards, and now I've been lucky enough to have been gifted a set of my sister-in-law's old flashcards as well for anatomy. So it's the Netta's anatomy flashcards, which are really handy. On the back of them, for example, they've got, so on the front, they've got the thing to identify. On the back, you have the origin, the innovation, and the action and all the things that it does. So really helpful. If if you don't want to buy your own set of flashcards, then you can make your own. So obviously pen and paper helps, but also online things like Anki, which is ANKI, they actually help you make your own flashcards and you can make them whatever you want. So that's this week's Ed to Med, guys, talking about the words and how to remember them. If you've got any other suggestions that I haven't listed, or if this video helped you at all, give it a like, a thumbs up below. Remember to subscribe so you can see our stuff coming out every week, and click that little notifications bell down below so you don't miss an episode. We'll see you next week.